Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. So I have two cards pulled for you, and the cards that came out were the crocodile together with the zebra. So I do feel that this is either two different people or two different aspects of the collective consciousness. So I don't know exactly how it's going to play out in your individual life, but I think I'm just going to read it as two different people, two different energies. So let's speak about the zebra first. This is such a Sagittarius energy actually, because this zebra is kind of different if you look at it. It has some kind of extra flair. And with the fire symbol here, it's actually coming through as dark fire. You know, you see it's dark even though it's fire. And so to me, I feel like this is talking about that this zebra is channeling some kind of light that is for the future. You know, this is a person that is tuned in to some kind of higher source, some kind of future light. And he's channeling it, and it makes him really different. But to other people, it's almost as if him channeling that light of the future makes him kind of weird or even dark, you know, in a sense. It's like unknown to their minds, and so they're not really able to make that much sense of it. If you look at the zebra, you see here that the zebra, you know, he doesn't see it as darkness. He sees all of these different colors, and you know, there's a rhyme and a rhythm is what I'm hearing to the way that the zebra channels. But it almost feels like to other people that are not tuned in to this same source, it just seems like chaos. It just seems chaotic somehow, because it's like their mind is not used to these new frequencies that the zebra is tuned into. And I feel like this actually is quite a burden on the back of the zebra. When I look at it, I just feel so sad. It's like he's so sad because I'm hearing I'm the only one. So I think like, I feel so sorry for the zebra, because it feels like he doesn't have a herd either. Like, he's just a zebra in like a just very, very gray world is what it feels like. I'm being drawn also to these stripes here. You know, you see around the zebra all of these like linear thinking people all going in the same direction, and that makes the zebra stand out even more. And it makes the zebra feel even more lonely. That's what I'm actually getting with this. And that's also where the crocodile comes in. Because I get the feeling that these lines, these gray lines, it's almost like they are crocodiles around the zebra, and they are just like lying there, just like waiting for their chance to chew up the zebra and to break down the zebra and to be like, haha, zebra, look how foolish you are. So I don't know if this is happening like within your life. I think that it could be. I think that this may also be happening within yourself, though. I also get that feeling that you may be channeling both like the zebra within yourself, but you also may have this part of you that is kind of, you know, breaking your own uniqueness down, or like, it's like giving yourself heat is what I'm hearing, for being different, or for doing things your own way, or for like believing in the things that you're believing in. And so in a sense, it's like you're breaking your uniqueness down from the inside. I feel like that could be for some of you, but for others, I definitely feel like this might actually be coming from the outside, these crocodiles, that you're feeling actually attacked from the outside. So there are two different timelines I'm actually picking up on here. So let's pull some cards and see what we need to know. Yeah, and these constant attacks from the crocodile, whether they are coming from kind of like from within yourself, from within your own mind, or whether they are coming from the outside somehow, I feel like it's making you kind of, I'm hearing sketchy, or it's like making you jumpy in a way. You feel, of course, less secure, because it's like you're always just, you know, on the lookout for predators. That's what I'm feeling for this Libra. I don't know why I suddenly started speaking to you. So maybe this is like Sagittarius right here, this Libra energy, that this is mainly how you see yourself, maybe, as this Libra. But also what is actually coming through now is that also notice the crocodile within. Like, I feel like, especially if this is happening already from the outside, that people are attacking you from the outside, if you start to notice that you yourself also have these crocodile energies kind of attacking yourself from the inside as well, it's almost as if you will give the external forces less power. You know, it's like you're it's almost like you're going to start to take ownership of your own shadow in a different way, and then other people can't step into it and play out that role. That's what I'm feeling. It's like, because instead of being only like seeing it as an external attack, you're going to realize that, I can transmute this energy from within. That's what I'm feeling for some of you. So yeah, I think that for some of you, you may be feeling quite lonely. But I also think like this is going to start to change soon. It's going to start to change quite rapidly, because it feels like you're, yeah, okay, wow, yes, yeah, exactly what I was feeling. I love it. The cards that came out were the Three of Swords. So I'm feeling like this is that loneliness, feeling like you're sad, and you're not able to kind of fully be yourself. It's like you're holding yourself back somehow. But then, let's see, two other cards coming out. The Magician and the Empress. And underneath the deck was also the freaking Ace of Wands. So this is definitely talking about like there is a shift in the energy that's coming in for you. It's like, I feel like this has a lot to do with you stepping into the role of the Magician, and kind of starting to look at your different tools. I feel like you're starting to do more internal work. Actually, that's what I'm feeling. Starting to take kind of starting to work more with the mirroring effect of reality. That is actually what I'm getting. That you're stepping into some kind of new, again, it's like some kind of new light with the Ace of Wands here. It's like you're extracting some information that is gonna shift your future in a massive way. That's what I'm feeling. Some kind of knowledge you're pulling in through your own subconscious, or you know, it might also come in from other sources around you, but it's like you're igniting something, is what I'm feeling. Yeah, and with the Empress, because I feel this duality, actually. I feel this duality that may be happening within yourself. Like I said, that the Magician is kind of like the zebra, you know, it's the new light. It's the light of the future. It's mastery in a way. But then I feel like there's also this darker aspect within you, which here I feel is represented by the Empress and the crocodile, elements that may be more unconscious at this time. And so I really feel that the key here is to become more aware of these internal energies, like finding them within yourself, especially if they have started to manifest in your reality externally. So especially if people are actually trying to break you down, or trying to point out your flaws all the time, or like kind of calling you chaotic, calling you I don't know, wild or different or just weird. If that's the case, then I feel this message even more, that it would definitely benefit you to do more internal work, to spend more time in silence and become aware of the energies that you see externally, become aware of them internally as well. Because that's honestly, it's going to shift your life. That's what I'm feeling. It's really going to shift your life around. It's going to give you such a boost of energy. Because right now, with the Three of Swords, I'm feeling that you're being drained. Like you're not operating at your full potential. And I feel like you would, if you were to kind of embrace this shadow more into your consciousness. That's what I'm feeling. You might actually want to check out the reading for Pisces. It's dealing with kind of similar themes. So let's see here. Anything else for Sagittarius? Okay. Wow, a card came out and flew on top of the Three of Swords. And it was the Eight of Swords. And underneath the deck was the Seven of Swords. So yeah, I'm feeling that this drainage, these attacks, whether they're coming from the inside or the outside, they are really kind of like I said, draining you. And the interesting thing was that underneath the Seven of Swords was also the Justice card. And I do remember this myth, this Egyptian myth in regards to justice. You know, their goddess of justice called Maat. It's like in that myth, it is said that to move into this afterlife, you know, this higher experience of life, kind of like heaven on earth, you know, living our own unique selves. To move into that state, our heart has to be light as a feather. That's what they're saying. And so when people are facing this Maat goddess, this goddess of justice, if their heart isn't light, then they fall down to these gods that are crocodile gods, and they will be like digested, chewed up. And so actually what I'm feeling for you is something in that regard, that you might benefit from doing some kind of work also around your heart chakra. This also came through in your last reading, you know, working on understanding the dark. It just feels like it's going to be so powerful for you, because it's like you're going to gain so much energy from it. And of course, I'm not talking about understanding the dark as in becoming dark or becoming evil or starting to drink from these dark sources. It's more like understanding why the dark is dark, understanding that it's dark. Not because it's powerful necessarily, but because it doesn't actually understand. It doesn't see the value, for instance, in the new things, in the light that is to come. Because it doesn't really have the energy, the mental energy, the surplus of energy to yet. It's energetically poor, you know? So actually, I feel like during this time you might be learning quite a lot of new skills in regards to, I'm hearing, reality surfing. And underneath the deck now is the Eight of Pentacles. You know, it's like spinning new webs, creating a new matrix for yourself by going internal. I feel like that can be very, very powerful for you. Very, very powerful. So let's see, anything else for Sagittarius? Yeah, I do feel like you may be in a position right now where you're holding yourself back quite a lot. And it's yeah, it's like this, you know, it's like this. Your wings are being like bound together by the fear of facing these crocodiles. So I feel like, yeah, you might be in a period of liberation, like liberating yourself from these energies. But let's ask more in a more specific way. How can the zebra overcome the crocodile? How can the zebra overcome the crocodile? What's the easiest way? What's the best way? Well, okay, so the cards coming out is your card, Temperance. Underneath the deck, the Eight of Pentacles again. So I'm feeling like it is about being you. It is about like, and I think that Sagittarius is also such a sign of reality surfing, of like tuning into different timelines, you know, different things that catches your interest. You're naturally lucky. And so when you let yourself just follow your own kind of joy and what interests you in the moment, and you tune into that and you start to learn from that, it's exactly what you need. It's exactly what you need to understand how you can create more mastery in your own reality right now. How you can, because for you, oh yes, now I understand why the Empress was here as well. Because I feel for you, it's not necessarily so much about changing like yourself or your identity, who you are. Like you're already super cool. Like with the zebra, you're already so freaking exciting and cool and you're different and full of ideas and all of that. It's more about figuring out, how can I change my environment with the Empress here? Like how can I change, you know, my reflection in other people's eyes, in a sense? How can I create understanding around me like a bubble? Like how can I fill my world up with understanding? That's what I'm feeling for you, actually. It's like really something about that, you know. And I feel with the Temperance card here, you know, in the Rider-Waite, it holds these two cups. It's almost like blending the two cups. And I feel like you can do that in the subconscious. Like if you find these energies, these crocodile energies from within, they're just wanna break down, and they're kind of angry, aggressive, dense. They're like, you know, that's how this feels. If you find them and you allow yourself to feel those feelings of the crocodile, and then you tune into this higher source of like peace and understanding, and kind of feeds that to the crocodile, I feel like that's what you're gonna start to do. Like that's what your energetic field is gonna start to do when you are facing people like that. If you do that work from the inside, it's almost like you're building these pathways, these energetic pathways, that if you are confronted with people that are like the crocodile, they are going to fall into these matrices that you have built for them. Because remember, these crocodile people, they're not tuned into their magician. They're not conscious. They're not observing their subconscious. They're just feeling what they're feeling and expressing that. And so by going internal and doing this kind of reality surfing, like creating a new matrix, it's like they are gonna be different because you changed yourself, you know, you did the work from the inside, and so they just follow the paths that are present around you. And so I feel like when they then come into contact with you, instead of just being like, you're chaotic, you're weird, they're gonna start to see your beauty. That's what I'm feeling. They're gonna start to feel this like yeah, this is very touching actually, because I'm almost feeling that, you know, these crocodiles suddenly they start to hear this like sound of zebras from within, and I don't know exactly what sound they make, but I was hearing this kind of scream, and they realized that, wow, I also have a zebra within. Like I also have some kind of awareness within, some kind of uniqueness within. And so instead of just like only falling into their like crocodile nest, it's almost like you're gonna have the joy of bringing their inner zebra out of them. And they're gonna be more different and more unique because of you. That's what I'm feeling. So wow, it's such a beautiful, like you can really turn, I'm hearing this ship around. You can really turn this ship around right now by doing some, I'm also hearing intensive energy work. Wow, that is super cool, Sagittarius. So let's pull just one more card and then wrap it up. Anything else we need to know? Anything else? I'm also hearing to be patient, like that this process may take some time. Yeah, I'm hearing like it takes time to build worlds, to build new worlds up, to build new matrices up. Again, it takes time because it's almost like you're also infusing, you know, you're infusing matter. It's almost like when we're doing this type of work, we're also working with nature, you know, with the nature within us, with the nature within our bodies. And it's almost like nature, it needs the time that it needs, you know, because it's not fake, it's real. There are reasons why nature is the way that it is, and it has to do with like forces that are much bigger than us, you know. It's gravity and it's yeah, physics, all of that, those different types of forces that nature has to obey to in a way. And so it's not something, this is a process where you may need to be a bit patient, but I think it's very important to not give up, like, because I'm feeling this zebra, sometimes it feels so lonely that it's thinking about giving up, like giving up being a zebra and just becoming one of the crocodile. Is just like, yeah, I'm just gonna become one of them. I'm just gonna it's almost like the letting the unique spirit that they have, it's like letting that go back to the heavens and leave them. Don't do that, Sagittarius. Really, don't do that. You know, it's like, I'm hearing this is your path. You're meant to do this. You have the power to do this. Wow. And that was the star was underneath the deck. It's your destiny. Wow. Okay, so underneath the deck was the Four of Pentacles now. So I do feel like you are, it's like actually you're already kind of a fortress. When I'm looking at this, it's like instead of looking at yourself as someone that is being attacked, look at yourself as a fortress, you know, look at yourself for kind of like the strength that you have and your own ability to protect your innocence, you know, because that's what you're doing. Even though you've been attacked by these crocodiles, whether they are internal, external, you didn't give up. Like, you're still yourself. You're still Sagittarius. You're still channeling this light of the future. Even though people don't see it, you didn't give up on it. you know, you didn't let it break down inside. And so I feel like acknowledge yourself from being a very powerful fortress. You know, and I'm hearing that power is gonna be kind of like doubled down on somehow, that this power of protecting your own innocence and the light of the future is gonna increase in like the weeks to come. That's what I'm feeling. Also, the cards that did come out was the Father of Swords, the Mother of Swords, and the Moon. And so I actually do feel that you may actually have a union coming in. You know, there's something about that, like I'm hearing, it's hard to hear it exactly, but it's something about like alone no more, or something like you've been on your own for long enough. Now it's time for you to have a partner in crime is what I'm hearing. And it's kind of like this funny energy. I feel like even though these two are very kind of serious looking on the outside, and in a sense kind of gray looking, it's almost like if you would tune into these two characters, they are like freaks. You know, they're super playful, they're super wild, they're like these trolls in a box. That's what I'm feeling. You never know what you're gonna get. So these two like are gonna have so much fun together, and they're gonna have each other's backs, because it's almost like they are both these fortresses. That's what I'm feeling. So yeah, don't give up, Sagittarius. I do feel like there will be a lot of changes in this year to come for you, like in terms of your purpose specifically, but also in terms of like your relationship dynamics. And with the Moon here coming out together with this, I feel like the key is really like pay attention to your subconscious, do the work internally, and you're gonna build a new matrix. Matrix. I don't know. There is a lot of fun coming through for you. I think like you can have a lot of fun as well doing this work actually. It's gonna be something that kind of pulls you in and is interesting and stimulating to your mind, especially with these two. It's like it's gonna expand your mind and your power a lot with the sword here, giving you a new perception, a new perspective of reality. And then I'm just hearing also love, sweet love. So yeah, it's somehow linked potentially with romantic relationships for some of you, or some kind of just like this feeling of camaraderie, you know, companionship. The Temperance can also talk about that, you know. It's like what is that saying, two peas in a pie or something, like someone that is actually so similar, you know, they're so similar, they're both zebras. Coming together. So yeah, I love your energy, Sagittarius. I feel like you're gonna have so much changes. And also, if you feel guided, maybe you want to watch Pisces reading. They have a lot of the something similar to you. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. Take care and bye for now.